Ladies and gentlemen, love was never meant to be easy, and when distance gets in the way, it challenges everything we thought we knew about relationships. Many couples find themselves struggling when separated by miles, feeling disconnected, frustrated, or even questioning if it's all worth it. But love isn't just about proximity, it's about connection, trust, and commitment. Love is often mistaken for just a feeling, something that comes and goes based on emotions, circumstances, or chemistry. But true love, the kind that endures, is a commitment. It's not about waking up every day and feeling in love. It's about waking up every day and choosing to love. Feelings are fleeting, unpredictable, and subject to change with time, but commitment is a conscious decision to stand by someone even when emotions fluctuate. In a long-distance relationship, the absence of physical presence tests the strength of that commitment. It's easy to express love when things are convenient, but true love is proven in moments of separation, uncertainty, and challenge. Love is patient, not just in waiting, but in enduring moments of difficulty without losing faith. In the Bible, we are said that love is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, and it keeps no record of wrongs. This reminds us that love is about the effort we put into sustaining and nurturing it, even when we don't feel like it. When two people are apart, they are faced with a choice every day: to prioritize their love despite the distance, or to let distractions and doubts take over. Commitment means valuing the relationship enough to put in the effort even when life gets busy. It means making time for communication, being honest even when it's uncomfortable, and holding on to the promises made to each other. Love in its purest form is not based on momentary feelings, but on an unshakable decision to remain devoted. Temptation and loneliness often creep in when physical closeness is removed. It becomes easy to entertain doubts or seek temporary comfort elsewhere, but true love is disciplined. In the Bible, we are said that love always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Love is not about seeking what is easy, but about standing firm in what is right. It is about knowing that no matter how far apart you are, the bond you share is worth protecting. A long-distance relationship thrives when both individuals understand that love is more than just the highs and excitement of romance. It is also the quiet moments of reassurance, the consistency of effort, and the unwavering belief that the relationship is worth it. Commitment is tested when things feel monotonous, when conversations feel routine, and when patience is required. But that is where real love is proven, not in the grand gestures, but in the small, everyday choices to show up, to remain faithful, and to keep believing in the future you are building together. Love that stands the test of time and distance is not love that depends on feelings alone. It is love that chooses to stay, to fight, and to grow. It is a love that mirrors the kind of love we are called to have, one that is steadfast, enduring, and rooted in something far greater than just fleeting emotions. Communication is the foundation of every strong relationship, but when distance separates two people, it becomes even more essential. Words are no longer just a way to pass the time. They become the primary way to express love, reassure, and maintain a deep connection. Many couples believe that as long as they are talking, they are communicating. But true communication is more than just exchanging words. It is about understanding, listening, and being fully present, even when miles apart. In a long-distance relationship, every conversation holds weight. It's not about how often you talk, but about the depth of your connection. A relationship cannot thrive on surface-level discussions alone. It requires moments of vulnerability, honesty, and emotional intimacy. In the Bible, we are said that the mouth speaks what the heart is full of, reminding us that our words reflect what is truly inside of us. When two people take time to truly listen, rather than just waiting for their turn to speak, they create a space where love and trust can flourish. Miscommunication is one of the greatest challenges in a relationship where physical closeness is absent. Without facial expressions, tone of voice, and body language to guide interpretation, words can easily be misunderstood. A simple text message can be read in a completely different tone than intended, leading to unnecessary arguments. That is why patience and clarity are crucial. Instead of assuming what the other person meant, it is always better to ask, to seek understanding rather than to react impulsively. In the Bible, we are said that everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. This wisdom is especially relevant in long-distance relationships, where patience in communication can prevent unnecessary pain. Intentionality in communication is what separates a lasting relationship from one that fades away. With the distractions of daily life, it's easy to let conversations become routine, checking in without truly connecting. But love is built through consistent effort, through the little moments of sharing joys, struggles, and even the mundane details of everyday life, setting aside time to talk, making sure conversations are not just about problems, but also about dreams and aspirations, keeps the relationship alive. In the Bible, we are said that two are better than one because they can help each other succeed. A strong relationship is not about handling everything alone, but about sharing the journey, lifting each other up even from a distance. Technology has made it easier than ever to stay in touch, but true communication goes beyond screens. A simple message of appreciation, an unexpected call just to say, "I'm thinking of you," can mean more than a long conversation that feels forced. Love is felt in the little things, in the way two people choose to stay engaged in each other's lives despite the miles between them. Real communication is not just about words, it is about making the other person feel heard, valued, and deeply loved. Trust is the foundation upon which every strong relationship is built. But in a long-distance relationship, it becomes even more vital. Without physical presence, trust is not just something spoken about, it must be actively demonstrated through consistency, honesty, and intentional effort. Words can provide reassurance, but true trust is built through actions that align with those words. A relationship cannot thrive if it is filled with doubt, suspicion, or constant questioning of the other person's intentions. Trust is a choice that must be made daily, even in the absence of immediate proof. When two people are apart, insecurities can easily arise. The mind begins to wander, creating scenarios that may not even be real. Questions surface. What if they are losing interest? What if they are not being honest? What if someone else is taking my place? While these thoughts are natural, they can either weaken or strengthen the relationship depending on how they are handled. In the Bible, we are said that love always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Trust is not about ignoring reality, but about believing the best in each other, choosing to have faith rather than allowing fear to control the relationship. Trust is not something that happens instantly. It is built over time through small, consistent acts of reliability. When promises are kept, when messages are sent as expected, when honesty is prioritized even when the truth is difficult, trust deepens. But just as trust is built through actions, it can also be broken in an instant. A small lie, a moment of secrecy, or an unfulfilled promise can plant seeds of doubt that grow into something much larger. That is why transparency is key. In the Bible, we are said that the truth will set you free. A relationship built on truth, no matter how difficult it may be at times, will always be stronger than one built on deception, even if the deception seems small or harmless. Trust also requires self-discipline. When loneliness sets in, when the absence of physical touch feels overwhelming, it can be tempting to seek temporary comfort elsewhere. But true love is disciplined. It does not give in to fleeting desires at the cost of something deeply meaningful. In the Bible, we are said that a person who is trustworthy in little things will also be trustworthy in greater things. The way a person handles small moments of temptation, the way they respect their commitment even when no one is watching, is a reflection of the strength of their character and love. Reassurance is an essential part of maintaining trust. It is not a sign of weakness to remind someone that they are loved, valued, and chosen every day. A long-distance relationship does not mean a love that is out of sight and out of mind. Instead, it requires intentional acts of trust building through communication, through honesty, and through a consistent demonstration that even across the distance, love remains unwavering. Creating shared experiences is one of the most important ways to maintain a strong bond in a long-distance relationship. Physical distance might separate two people, but that doesn't mean emotional distance has to grow. The key to staying close is finding ways to live life together, even if you're not physically in the same place. This requires creativity, effort, and a willingness to adapt. In the Bible, we are said that where 2 or 3 are gathered in His name, He is present with them. Although distance can keep you from physically gathering, shared experiences allow you to feel united in spirit and purpose. Even when separated by miles, there are countless ways to share meaningful moments. Technology plays a huge role in this. Video calls, voice notes, and even text messages allow you to interact in real time, share your day, or even watch a movie together. The important part is making an effort to do things together, to actively choose to experience life side by side, even through a screen. Doing so creates a sense of unity that transcends physical separation. Whether it's reading a book together, having a virtual dinner date, or playing an online game, these shared experiences create memories that strengthen the bond. In a relationship, especially one with distance, it's easy to fall into the trap of only talking about the challenges or the distance itself. But to truly thrive, you must make room for joy, laughter, and lightheartedness. In the Bible, we are said that laughter is a good medicine. Sharing moments of joy, even in small ways, can have a profound impact on your relationship. It's about showing up for each other, not just in moments of hardship, but also in moments of celebration. Creating positive memories, no matter how small, ensures that you continue to build a connection rooted in love, not just a longing for closeness. Additionally, creating shared experiences in a long-distance relationship involves setting goals and dreams together. This could include planning future visits or discussing where you both see the relationship going in the long term. It could mean setting joint ambitions, perhaps even something as simple as reading a certain number of books together or learning a new skill. When you both have something to look forward to, it creates anticipation and excitement, which is a vital part of any relationship. In the Bible, we are said that where there is no vision, the people perish. Without a shared sense of purpose or a future to look forward to, it's easy for the emotional connection to fizzle out. Distance also offers an opportunity for couples to grow in ways they wouldn't be able to if they were together every day. It gives space for both partners to develop individually while maintaining the bond. By focusing on creating shared experiences, whether through communication or actions, couples can learn more about each other's interests, preferences, and dreams. The beauty of a long-distance relationship is that it encourages both people to cultivate their individuality while also working toward the shared goal of being together in the future. Long-distance relationships thrive when both partners are willing to put in the effort to create and nurture shared experiences. It is not about simply existing in separate spaces, but about continuing to build something beautiful together, no matter how far apart you may be. In every interaction, even from a distance, you are creating the foundation for a lasting connection that will stand the test of time. In a long-distance relationship, clear expectations are one of the most important elements to navigate successfully. Without clear communication about what each person wants or needs, misunderstandings can arise, creating unnecessary tension or conflict. Setting expectations isn't about controlling the relationship, but rather about ensuring both individuals are on the same page and that there are no surprises that can lead to hurt feelings or confusion. In the Bible, we are said that God is not a God of confusion, but of peace. This reflects the importance of clarity in any relationship. When both people understand each other's needs, boundaries, and desires, there's peace rather than unnecessary strain. When you are apart from each other, the risk of misinterpreting intentions is high. Something as simple as not receiving a text back in a timely manner can stir up feelings of neglect or concern. This is where clear communication is essential. It's important to have open and honest conversations about how often you both expect to communicate, what kind of communication feels meaningful, and how to handle moments when one person is too busy or unavailable. Without such conversations, assumptions can easily take over, and what was once a small misunderstanding can snowball into a larger issue. In the Bible, we are said that a wise person sees danger and takes precautions. Setting clear expectations is one of those precautions. While clear communication is vital, it's equally important to be realistic in your expectations. Long-distance relationships aren't about perfection, but about finding balance and understanding that both people are still living separate lives and will face challenges. It's essential to acknowledge that sometimes one partner might be unable to meet all the expectations due to external pressures like work, family commitments, or personal time. Setting realistic expectations means being compassionate and patient with each other, understanding that life can get in the way of maintaining constant communication or being emotionally available at all times. In the Bible, we are said that each person should look not only to their own interests, but also to the interests of others. This requires both partners to be flexible, adjusting their expectations to accommodate the other's needs and circumstances. One of the most important expectations to discuss in a long-distance relationship is the future. Without a clear sense of direction or a plan for how to eventually close the distance, a relationship can begin to feel stagnant. It's vital to talk about your goals for the future, whether that means planning when to visit, discussing potential living arrangements, or even setting timelines for eventually closing the physical gap. Without these conversations, it's easy for one or both partners to begin to feel uncertain about the commitment and direction of the relationship. In the Bible, we are said that where there is no vision, the people perish. A long-distance relationship without a shared vision can lack the emotional investment needed to thrive. Setting expectations also involves being honest about your emotional needs and limitations. Some people may need more frequent communication or reassurance, while others may value space and independence. By discussing and agreeing on these emotional needs early on, couples can avoid feeling neglected or overwhelmed. In the Bible, we are said that we are members of one body and should care for each other's needs. This sense of mutual care and understanding is essential in any relationship, especially in a long-distance one, where both people's emotional needs must be recognized and respected for the relationship to remain strong. Ultimately, defining clear expectations ensures that both individuals feel secure and understood. It helps prevent unnecessary conflicts and ensures both partners are aware of what the relationship requires to be successful. A relationship with clear expectations is a relationship built on mutual respect, care, and understanding. Planning visits and creating a vision for the future are essential to maintaining a strong long-distance relationship. While emotional connection and communication are crucial, the physical aspect of being together, even briefly, provides a tangible reminder of the love and commitment shared. Planning visits ensures that the relationship isn't just about waiting for something that may never come, but is an active part of building a shared life. In the Bible, we are said that faith without works is dead. This verse underscores the importance of taking proactive steps towards the future by planning visits, discussing long-term goals, and making the commitment to be together a reality. When you are separated by distance, it's easy to feel like the relationship is just a waiting game with no clear end in sight. But that sense of waiting can become more bearable when both partners have a clear plan for when they will see each other next. Scheduling visits allows both people to have something to look forward to, whether it's the excitement of seeing each other in person for the first time or simply looking forward to the next time you can hold hands, share a meal, or have an in-person conversation. Each visit is not just about the joy of being together, it is a milestone that marks progress and strengthens the bond. In the Bible, we are said that there is a time for everything, a season to be together and a season to be apart. However, it also emphasizes that while the separation might be a season, there is also a time when that season should come to an end and the visit should take place. Planning visits also creates a sense of purpose and intention. It isn't just about spontaneous trips or hoping the circumstances will work out. It's about being intentional with your time, energy, and resources. Both partners must commit to making the effort, whether that means saving money for flights, rearranging schedules, or navigating any other challenges that might arise. When both people are working toward the same goal, reuniting physically, it shows the depth of their commitment. In the Bible, we are said that two are better than one, for they have a good return for their labor. The act of planning together, saving together, and preparing for visits strengthens the relationship because it requires both partners to work in unison toward a common objective. However, visits should never be seen as a temporary fix to an ongoing problem. While they provide much-needed moments of togetherness, they are not the only way to sustain a long-distance relationship. The real work of staying connected happens in between those visits. In the Bible, we are said that those who are faithful with little will be faithful with much. This teaches us that a relationship should not be defined solely by the few moments spent together, but by the effort and consistency shown during the times apart. Visits are essential, but they should not replace the daily commitment to communication, trust, and emotional investment. Discussing a future together goes hand in hand with planning visits. If both people are committed to making the relationship work, there must be an ongoing conversation about how to close the distance permanently. Whether it's one partner moving, finding a way to be closer geographically, or making long-term plans for shared living, it's essential to have these conversations to ensure both partners are aligned in their vision for the future. In the Bible, we are said that without a vision, the people perish. Having a shared vision for how the relationship will evolve is what keeps the bond strong, even when the immediate circumstances of being apart seem challenging. Ultimately, planning visits and discussing the future brings clarity and hope into the relationship. It allows both partners to envision a life together, even if that vision is still a work in progress. It transforms the long-distance relationship from something that feels indefinite to something that is intentional, grounded in love, and working toward a clear goal. Patience is a virtue that is especially important in a long-distance relationship. The physical separation can test one's patience in ways that a close proximity relationship might not. There are moments when you'll long for the presence of your partner, wishing you could share a laugh, a touch, or a look in real time. But true love requires patience, an ability to endure the waiting periods, to grow through the moments of longing, and to stay committed despite the distance. In the Bible, we are said that love is patient, love is kind. This patience isn't just about waiting without frustration, but about using the time apart to grow, reflect, and prepare for the next step in the relationship. In a long-distance relationship, the waiting can sometimes feel endless. It's easy to become frustrated when visits are few and far between, or when there's uncertainty about the future. Yet it's during these times that patience becomes a powerful tool for strengthening the relationship. Patience means trusting in the process, understanding that growth and progress are taking place even if you cannot immediately see them. In the Bible, we are said that those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Waiting, though challenging, brings a renewed sense of strength and purpose if you learn to see it as an opportunity for growth rather than a trial to endure. Patience also requires a deep trust in one another. It's easy to become impatient when things aren't moving as quickly as you'd like, but true love does not rush. When two people are in a long-distance relationship, they must trust that the time apart will eventually lead to something more, something deeper. During the waiting period, it's important to be patient, not only with the situation, but also with your partner. The circumstances surrounding long-distance relationships are often not under either person's control, and patience in those times shows the depth of your love. In the Bible, we are said that we should be slow to anger and quick to forgive. Patience in a relationship means being slow to frustration, quick to trust, and always choosing grace over irritation. One of the most important aspects of patience in a long-distance relationship is learning how to manage your own emotions. It's natural to feel lonely or disconnected, but letting those feelings rule your behavior can create more distance between you and your partner. Patience allows you to acknowledge those feelings without allowing them to dominate your thoughts or actions. In the Bible, we are said that the fruit of the Spirit includes patience, which is a reflection of an inner peace and self-control that comes from trusting in God's timing. By cultivating patience, you strengthen your ability to handle difficult emotions with grace, giving your partner space to grow alongside you. Moreover, patience isn't just about enduring the separation. It's about trusting that God's plan for the relationship is unfolding in its own time. The wait might seem long, but there is beauty in the anticipation and in the journey. By focusing on building a stronger foundation during this time, rather than rushing to close the distance, you set the relationship up for success in the long run. In the Bible, we are said that everything has a season. And just as there are seasons of waiting and growth, there will also be seasons of fulfillment and closeness. Ultimately, patience is what enables a long-distance relationship to endure and thrive. It requires a deep commitment to one another, a willingness to trust the process, and an understanding that love isn't about instant gratification. It is about enduring together, even from afar, knowing that each moment of patience is a step toward a stronger, deeper relationship. Keeping the connection alive in a long-distance relationship requires continuous effort and intentionality. While the physical distance might separate two people, the emotional connection needs to be nurtured regularly. This means that even in moments when you cannot be together in person, you still have to make an active choice to keep the bond strong through small gestures, regular communication, and consistent affection. In the Bible, we are said that faith without works is dead, emphasizing that love requires action. A relationship, no matter how far apart, cannot thrive if it's left to grow on its own without any attention or effort. Small gestures, like sending a thoughtful message, remembering important dates, or sharing something that reminds you of the other person, go a long way in maintaining a deep emotional connection. Even when you are not physically together, the feeling of being thought about, cared for, and appreciated is vital. In the Bible, we are said that a word aptly spoken is like apples of gold in settings of silver, highlighting how much power there is in the small, thoughtful words and actions that convey love and affection. These actions, no matter how simple, show your partner that they are valued and that they matter to you. Consistency is key in long-distance relationships. It's easy to become complacent when the relationship doesn't have immediate daily physical presence. However, being consistent in communication and affection helps remind both partners that the relationship is a priority. Sending a good morning or good night message, making regular video calls, or even simply checking in during a busy day can reinforce the emotional bond. In the Bible, we are said that we should encourage one another and build each other up. These daily acts of encouragement and connection build the emotional strength of the relationship. Another vital aspect of keeping the connection alive is actively working toward understanding your partner's emotional needs and making the effort to meet them. This might include offering words of reassurance when they feel insecure, providing support when they are stressed, or simply being present to listen when they need to talk. In long-distance relationships where physical presence isn't possible, emotional availability is even more crucial. In the Bible, we are said that we should bear one another's burdens, which is an encouragement to actively support each other, especially when the other person is struggling or going through a tough time. Even from afar, your ability to provide emotional support strengthens the relationship and demonstrates your commitment. Physical affection might be limited, but showing love in non-physical ways can still create a powerful connection. Thoughtful gestures, kind words, and even shared memories can be just as meaningful as physical touch. In the Bible, we are said that love is not about mere words, but about actions that demonstrate true care and commitment. Sending a handwritten letter, a surprise gift, or a simple reminder that you're thinking of them reinforces the depth of your feelings. These small acts of love can bridge the gap of physical distance and help the emotional connection grow even stronger. To keep the connection alive in a long-distance relationship, you must also remain emotionally honest and vulnerable. It's easy to fall into the trap of only showing the positive aspects of your life, but true connection comes from sharing both the joys and the challenges you face. Being open about struggles, fears, and moments of doubt allows both people to understand each other on a deeper level. In the Bible, we are said that we should confess our faults to one another and pray for each other, which reflects the power of vulnerability and mutual support in any relationship. Ultimately, keeping the connection alive requires intentional effort, thoughtfulness, and mutual care. Whether through consistent communication, thoughtful gestures, or emotional support, each action contributes to a stronger bond. Though the physical distance may be present, the emotional closeness that is nurtured through consistent effort can keep the relationship thriving and growing.